Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Jackson, and this is your Golf Central update. Well, the big story this afternoon is Commissioner Jay Monahan, who held his annual State of the Tour press conference in Atlanta. And there will be a lot of changes coming to the tour next year. Here's the Commissioner on the shift at the top of the game.
I am inspired by our great players, every one of our players, who epitomizes the perpetual values and competitive fabric of our sport. With their commitment and input, I'm excited to unveil 4 key items today. First, in addition to the elevated events we announced in June, we're planning to elevate another 4 events within the 2023 FedEx Cup regular season. We will identify these tournaments in the near future, and they will feature an average purse of $20 million. The second item, well, to me, it's the headline, and I've already alluded to it. Our top players are making a commitment to play in all 12 elevated events, as well as the Players' Championship, the Masters Tournament, the PGA Championship, the U.S. Open, and the Open Championship. They will also add at least 3 additional PGA Tour events to their schedules. Our top players are firmly behind the tour, helping us deliver an unmatched product to our fans, who will be all but guaranteed to see the best players competing against each other in 20 events or more throughout the season. This is an extraordinary and unprecedented commitment, a testament to who these guys are and what they believe in. Third, the Player Impact Program. Since launching last season, we've been committed to reassessing its effectiveness and identifying and rewarding the players who drive the most impact to the organization. To that end, we are adjusting the criteria and expanding the program. The PIP will now reward 20 players, and we're doubling the payout from $50 million to $100 million, effective with the 2022 final standings. And we're revising the criteria to better capture awareness from casual and core fans, removing the Q-score and social media metrics. For 2022 and 23, the PIP will be used to identify our top players and those making a commitment to a 20-plus event schedule I just outlined. And finally, we're debuting in 2023 an earnings assurance program. This is an evolution of the Play 15 program. It provides a $500,000 league minimum to every fully exempt player, with rookies being paid up front. We believe it meets the challenging dynamic of how players manage and invest in their careers, and it's comparable to how other leagues approach their athlete compensation. I mean, ultimately, to be a player that's having the greatest impact on the organization, it starts with your competitive success in the field of play. And when you have competitive success, obviously you're on television more, people are following you more, you all are telling more stories about these players, and you're becoming more known to fans, golf fans and sport fans and the general population. So to have competitive success, those opportunities, 35 weeks of the year from January through August, those players are going to break through. You're going to have compelling storylines week in and week out, and you're going to see, I mean, we're sitting here right now, and I promise you, when I come here in 2 years, we'll be talking about 3 to 5 players that we didn't even know about at this point in time that are going to be in the consideration set for that. That's the way the system works. We regenerate and create more talent through the competitive framework, and that is going to continue to happen. And players that we don't know today will be part of that program and benefiting from it for a long time to come.
Jay, you've said the top players are going to commit to these elevated events, and the top players will be identified by the PIP. Is there a scenario where somebody gets into the field of one of these elevated events based purely on their status in the PIP?
There's certainly a scenario where that would happen. I mean, you could see now some of those tournaments that have sponsor exemptions that would use those sponsor exemptions in that regard. When we come back and announce what we're doing with those 4 events, where those events are being played, what the eligibility requirements are for, what field sizes are. These are a lot of the things that we're going to be working through over the next 45 to 60 days. will be able to answer that uniformly. I've been pretty consistent throughout that for us, where we're competing is with our product, and our product is our schedule. And we've made some strong enhancements to that for top players and for our entire membership coming into this year, and certainly as we go into 2023. And then when you look at our schedule, the value of our platform, and what players can achieve off of that platform based on their competitive success and the values that are conveyed through that platform, that coupled with some of these financial programs, when you look at being a member of the PGA Tour and you look at the financials moving forward, you can earn a tremendous, you can have a tremendous career. Your earnings potential is extraordinary. And again, you're doing it in a way where you're preparing yourself to achieve at the highest level of the game. You're competing for trophies that matter. You're competing for history and legacy. But to directly answer your question, you know, when you're dealing with a non-economic actor, you have to come back to the core of who you are. And if the core of who you are is providing the single greatest competitive access and opportunities for players in pipeline, then how do you make that stronger? And that's what everything starts with. That's what came out of the meeting last week. That's what comes out of all the discussions we have, you know, at the PAC level and with our board.
Jay, if a player who has gone off to LIV looked at this and says, this looks pretty good, would you lift the suspension and welcome them back?
No.
Why not?
They've joined the LIV Golf Series, and they've made that commitment. And for most of them, they've made multi-year commitments. So as I've been clear throughout, every player has a choice, and I respect their choice. But they've made it. We've made ours. We're going to continue to focus on the things that we control and get stronger and stronger. And I think they understand that.
So to recap, here are the main changes that are coming to the PGA Tour. A creation of a top player category, and those top players will be derived from a revised player impact program. More on that in just a moment. Those top players will have to play 20 events, majors included, and for some of the players outside that top 20 window, there will be an earnings assurance program and a travel stipend program. So here are the 20 events and how they are laid out. You've got the 4 majors, the players, the 3 events of the FedEx Cup playoffs, the Genesis Invitational, the Arnold Palmer Invitation, the Memorial, Match Play, and the Century Tournament of Champions. There will also be 4 additional events named at a later time, and there's a possibility that those 4 additional events will rotate from season to season, and each player will also get to choose 3 other events to play in during the PGA Tour season. Thanks for watching. That was your Golf Central Update.